What's up, guys? We're in Las Vegas. Let's get started. So we've decided to take a little vacation and we ended up in Las Vegas. And the room that I'm in is in Caesar's Palace, and I thought it was kind of cool to show you some of the tech that's in the room because it is a little interesting how they have things set up. What we're looking at here is the little mini bar setup, and each one of these little containers or whatever are freestanding here, and you're so tempted to pick them up and open them up and eat them and stuff, but as it turns out, the front desk knows when you've grabbed these things off the shelf here. So what we discovered is if you pull these out, there's like a little light sensor in there, and I'm going to put that back quickly, and what happens is it seems to register that you've taken the item out, and I've been told you have about 20 to 30 seconds before it registers a purchase, and then it automatically gets charged to your room, which is a little deceiving because if you look at the table here, there is nothing that tells you otherwise. So you just sort of maybe have to know that that's happening or sort of discover it like the way that we did, and luckily we didn't have any issues. Okay, I'm looking at the back of that little food tray, and you can kind of see right in there a couple of wires. I think one is probably for power and the other is probably data, and so there's got to be some sort of switch in here, a light switch or whatever, that sort of registers that you've picked something up, and then it sends a signal down so that it knows that you've taken something and decided to consume it. Okay, this is the cabinet underneath the food shelf there, and underneath here is the mini bar, or the fridge, I guess. So if you pop this open, this is stocked full of beer and alcohol, drinks, and so forth. And if you pull these out, there's a little switch there that registers that you've taken it out, and that's how it knows that you're ready to drink something, I guess. And if you look at this little sticker right here, this is what warned us that this is an automatic mini bar that's fully computerized. So we saw that when we first got in. We called the front desk and they explained to us how it worked. So we were really careful not to pull anything else out of here. It all looks good, but it's probably not worth the $100 or so it's going to cost you to drink a Pepsi or something. And then if we look at the side and the back of the cabinet here, you can kind of see I think this looks just like a standard Cat 5 cable, and then there's just various power and other plugs back there. Okay, so moving on to, I guess, the entertainment portion of the room. I don't know. This is the TV. It's a Panasonic flat panel TV that's mounted to the wall in this kind of cool frame, I guess. Underneath is, I guess, your desk amenities. So you've got power for like a laptop or whatever. There seems to be a network jack here, I guess, if you want internet access. And then you have video in, as well as VGA, HDMI, and then USB. Now I don't know if this is USB to charge or if this is USB maybe to play video. That's something I haven't played around with, and I honestly don't have any USB sticks to test it out on. This guy here says Tadapt. I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if this kind of looks like an iPad or an iPod Apple plug. I can't really tell. I don't have an iPod with me, so I can't validate, but I'm not really sure what that is. I'll try and find out, and then I'll put a description somewhere in the description of the video if I figure out what this thing is. Okay, so here's the TV on, and you do actually have some pretty cool things that you can do. You have your standard movies, TV, and then you can go to like guest services and take a look at your hotel bill. And here's external devices, so you can actually this is where you would go to switch to the auxiliary input that I just showed you before, and you can do stuff like check out from here. and then actually, of course, watch TV and then switch up your language preferences, I'm sure. So pretty neat. Another amenity that they give you is the ability to interact with, I guess, the front desk via your mobile phone. So if you send a text, you can actually check out of the room, and it looks like you can also request extra amenities like a rollaway bed or towels or something like that. And you can just send over, well, I guess what you need via text, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so on the side of the bed you get your standard alarm clock, but this is kind of nice. You get a plug-in charger here, so your standard USB charger cable will work. So I've got my trusty HTC Thunderbolt plugged in and charging, and you can see in there it's got your iPod dock for listening to MP3s off your iPod, iPhone, or other Apple product there, and then standard alarm functionality. Okay, so you have standard phone here. What's cool about this is a cordless phone, and then you have your, it's a regular phone, I guess, but then you have your quick buttons here to dial down to the front desk and any of the other services that the hotel has. And there's another phone in the bathroom. So I don't know why you would want to use the phone while you're taking care of business, but I suppose you could. This is only wired, but of course there's not a lot of places you can go in here. So, but hey, there's a phone if you need it. So in the hallway closet there's a panel here, and you can see it's Leviton. Leviton makes like premise wiring and that kind of stuff. And if you look down, it's locked like I would expect it to be. But so back here I would imagine you would find all of your Cat5 connections and all of your data connections for the room, and so that's fairly neat. So if somebody needs service or something's wrong with the system, a guy presumably would come in and unlock this and then be able to get access to all of the cabling for the room. So this is kind of neat, especially if you're the guy doing service, so you're not trailing wires down in the wall. You can actually just come to the panel and do what you need to do. Okay, on the other side of the closet there's a safe. So it actually says safe place. So you can enable it by putting in a code. So now it's locked, and then you can put in the same code to unlock it. So stick some valuables in there, maybe might be big enough for a little laptop or an iPad or something like that, or maybe some other valuables, so that's kind of cool. There you go. Okay, by the front door, instead of getting a do not disturb sign that you would hang right on the doorknob, you actually have a couple buttons here. So this panel here, it's got a little speaker, because on the outside of the room there's a little doorbell that you can ring, and that will ring this. And then you have the ability to, instead of hang a sign, you can actually just hit a button for privacy, or you can turn it off. And then there's a button for if you need service for your room. So in other words, if you're done for the day or out and you want them to come and clean your room and take care of business here, you can hit the button there and say that you're ready to have them come do that. So this guy here is like a little bendable light with a row of LEDs, and then if you hit that on, of course that turns on. So you actually have one on each side. So this is the headboard for the bed, and you actually have your own little reading light. So you can actually turn this on and not disturb, the other person that's in your bed, and actually have a nice little focus light to read or to do whatever you need to do. So this is kind of neat. And then we've got another one of these privacy makeup room sort of buttons from before. Okay guys, we're right back where we started. I didn't mention way in the beginning, but I should mention it now, that we are in Caesar's Palace, and the room that we're in is in the Octavius Tower, and then this is I guess a tower room deluxe, I think is how they classify it. So our first time here, Really nice room. I thought the tech was kind of interesting, so I wanted to put that out for you guys. I guess if you're in Vegas and you can come out here, this is a pretty neat spot to be. So thanks for watching. See you next time.